I've been notorious for keeping promises. And I say notorious because I'll keep promises to other people, but I'll always break promises to myself. Whether it be losing weight or eating better or setting a goal and achieving it, waking up early, anything like that. And I'm trying to figure out like why. And I think it has a lot to do with how I perceive myself. I am outwardly concerned with how I'm perceived, and I like to be perceived as an honest person, a diligent person, a responsible person, a hardworking, independent, hustling person. And I am those things, but I think that I'm more lax on the inside than I put out outwardly, and I don't want people to see that. I'm so disorganized but organized. I'm a hustler but a procrastinator, and I'm responsible but I'm notoriously irresponsible. I forget my keys, I lose my phone, I've lost like 5 book bags in one school year. I fall asleep, I oversleep, I stay up late when I'm not supposed to, I don't do my homework, I don't complete assignments. That's the real me. And I don't know if I don't care, but I know I care if other people know. And that's why when someone asks me to keep a secret or someone asks me to do something, I go out my way, I break my back, I break my neck to make sure that I keep those promises. But how do I care about myself if I don't even care to keep promises to myself? I just lie to myself over and over again. And I think that falls in the same line because I'm lying to myself about how I'm trying to be perceived. I'm trying to be perceived as one thing when I know I'm truly not specifically that one thing. I'm not hardcore to the idea of being that type of person. I want to outwardly be looked at a certain way, but I know that I'm not that person on the inside. And I've never said it out loud to anybody or even to myself. I've thought it, and then I've discarded the thought in the back of my brain. I've never outwardly said, you're not an organized person. You're not a responsible person. And I feel like I don't want to accidentally manifest those things. But what I'm coming to realize is that I want to be those things. So I have to work hard to be those things. And those things that I want to be or be perceived as are builds of habit. My childhood was not building blocks of routine and habit and structure and organization, cleanliness. It was cleaning up messes, dealing with things as they come, going with the flow. I was not taught any of those things. So it takes every fiber in my being to be those things. That's why I can keep up habits like getting up really early for work or just early for the day, keeping a routine only for a short amount of time because it's not sustainable to the core of who I've been taught to be. But I have determination, I have persistence, and I have will. So I need to dedicate and promise things to myself that, one, are realistic, but two, fit the life that I currently live, and then goal myself to the life that I want to live, and figure out that middle to get from one step to the next in order to like successfully make that switch from one lane to the next. I'm just playing that song in my head, treat me like I treat me, and I sing it and I believe it, but I don't treat me like I want to be treated. I treat others the way I want to be treated, but I don't treat myself the way I want to be treated. And I think that that's the hole in my plan, in my veil. I think that people sense that, especially relationship, it's sense. And that's why people sense they can do certain things or get away with certain things. Because even though I don't come off or person that you can get over on. Once they get close enough to me, I think that it becomes crystal clear. She doesn't treat herself with this. She doesn't act like that. Respectability and, like I said, outwardly perception. All those things that I say I want to be treated like. But I don't treat myself as those things. I choose other people over myself and my goals. I bend and break to my temporary desires and pleasure. I want to be liked so fucking much by somebody that I like so fucking much that I sacrifice what I want and the things that I need. And I change those needs to align with the needs of that person. I always end up being the first to give in a situation, in a relationship, or a situationship. If I feel like I wanted to progress to the next level, because I thought that giving and showing this person that type of kindness, I wouldn't even say kindness. It's more than kindness, because kindness is just being who you are. But being nice and overdoing and trying to be perceived as the type of person that they want to be with is the problem. It's not an act per se, because it's really a part of me. It's an extension of me. But if I'm doing something not just for the good of it, am I really doing it selflessly? I feel like I'm such a pick-me in some ways, because while day to day I probably don't think about, what that person wants or doesn't want, I'm dressing up favorable attributes that I think will get me picked as kindness and being nice, for the greater good of just being good and kind and nice, when I want something out of it. And if I'm not being honest that I want something out of it, how does he know what to give me in return if I don't tell him what I want?